Okay, I was on mute. I was saying today is day 9, and we're going to continue building the competitor intelligence tool. Today, I'm going to be sharing all the cool tips and tricks I learned on how to build production workflows. And these are something I haven't noticed in any other YouTube video while doing some research about it, things that I have learned since building Sunlight starting February. I tried to build this entire proof of concept on my own. A lot of mistakes I did looking back, things that didn't go well as I started building, where problems started to occur. I took those learnings, and this approach I'm going to show you is the one that I believe is going to fix those. And also speaking to a few people who are very proficient builders and who have been in the industry for a very long time. I also figure these are the ways that they do it. Um, so I hope this is helpful. And yeah, with that, we can get started. So to give you a quick recap of where we are right now. So we are trying to fill this template. We created this template of all the data points we want to capture regarding a company, market, team, product, sales, marketing, everything. And the first part we did was to scrape the companies. So if, for example, we are capturing Kajabi's market. So we are scraping Kajabi website, and we aren't scraping all the pages of Kajabi website. That would be a lot of money and um, tokens spent for a lot of data that we probably wouldn't need. So instead, we need to come up with our own approach. The approach should be we need to prioritize which links will give us this data, and we need to know that. And thankfully, Firecrawl is our scraping service that tells us some of this in their API. It gives us an entire site map. We can also just see the URL and take a guess where something might be. So we are using techniques like this to narrow down on the pages that we need to go and look into, right? So there are like many sources of information. I'm going to show you a flowchart and explain this in detail and how we're going to build this. We have the official website. We have the just general web. So you can search, do web search from some like published reports or maybe some credible publications where they talk about, they do their own research, or there are many sources on the open web that we can use. And also there are these uh, products that give us some sort of like funding metric from Crunchbase, for example. So we have all of these three channels to gather information from the web. So we haven't fixed any source list yet, but I think these are decisions we will be making soon. What I initially did was just try to scrape Kajabi's website, try to scrape only their pricing page, and just fill out the information I could find from the pricing page. And that's why you see most of them are dashes and some of them are filled, right? So for example, target market. So we could find this in the pricing page. So if I click on this, it'll actually open the pricing page. So we could find this, but obviously we couldn't find anything about funding, ownership, and so on and so on. So we're going to do all of that right now. In terms of how we're going to do this is where things get a bit interesting, because what we're doing is first I chatted with the agent and came up with like a high level plan on like how we're going to scrape all of these sources, where we're going to find all of this. So it was just general going back and forth, trying to come up with a strategy. Uh, this is something anyone can do. There is no, it's a no-brainer. But what is interesting is that I came up with this flow chart for myself and this progress sheet. So this progress sheet basically it tracks how much of it is complete. So right now, 4.3% is complete, only 2 out of 46 steps. And here's how the high level process works, right? So it's like a long list of process. Of course, this is something I came up with by saying, okay, how are you gonna capture all the information from just the product page? What if the information is not available? Then what do we do? And then AI came up with this thing saying, oh, we need to look at the product page and the general web, and then we have to look at publications. So AI told me that we need to look at four different places, which is the official site, that is one place. Then the provider queue, provider means something like an external provider, like Crunchbase, for example. And then this is the open web, which is searching the internet if you can find anywhere else. And then this is shared market queue, which is probably a page which has all the market information in one place, like all the creator economy in one blog, something like that. So AI sort of came up with these four source buckets. And from here, then I was like, okay, how do we optimize for cost? Like, are we going to go? Imagine if we do a search for every single field, our costs are going to multiply many, many, many times over because we wouldn't be able to, like, each LLM call will cost us maybe like $0.005. So we need to be mindful of how we are scraping, and we don't want to be scraping the same pages over and over again, right? So if we scrape pricing page once, we want to populate as much information from pricing page as possible. So we need to think about that. And we also need to think about how do we cross-reference information. So if you find pricing, one information in pricing, but then one information is missing from pricing, we probably need to make sure, like, we need to track somewhere that that information is missing and find it from a different source. And then things like we check in three sources, and if we don't find it in three sources, we just like say we couldn't find the source for it, right? So all of these things, they were just like edge cases and things I discussed with AI, and with that, it came up with a plan. So that's where we are right now. The plan looks like this. Let's go back. I will quickly go through the entire plan, and here's like a whole checklist of 46 things that we need to do. Today, I will try to live stream as long as possible. My next call is at 3 p.m. So I want to see how much I can finish before this. The good thing is, I think if I start to finish maybe 8 or 9 or 10, then the way I'm doing this, the edge cases I'm considering, everything will be in context, and hopefully from then I could just create a loop and let AI just finish the rest of it. And then, but anyway, there needs to be an eval, right? I need to test each step manually. So in every step, there is a code block that is created. I'm not just building the whole thing at once. I'm doing each step and I'm manually verifying if that code works, if the output of that code is right. And then what I'm doing is like I'm doing that gradually for every step. And then on each step, there's a code block. So now I have all these code blocks accumulated until I finish my 46 steps. And then we get the AI sort of take all of this code and then combine it together. And then we have the whole workflow. That's the plan. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to start. So the high level steps goes like this. So the first, user selects the focal company and competitors. This is all in the onboarding flow. Then we resolve the company's identifier and the official domain. So we just confirm this is the right company. Then user confirms the resolved thing. So we check it with the user, and the user's like, okay, this is the right website. So we load the 148 field registry. This means that we capture everything we need to every data point we need. Like, for example, Kajabi's estimated customer is a data point. Kajabi's approximate total addressable market share is a data point. So we load all the 148 fields we need. we assign a source policy to every field. A source policy is like, um, I think this is the part um, I get a bit confused too. So let me just read it for you. Um, so source policy. Okay, let me ask it. What's the difference between these? So first we load the 148 fields. It says starting price, money, displayed in pricing and packaging card. So it defines what the report contain, but not where to find the answer or which company is needed, right? So it just gets all the fields. Assign a source policy. What does a source policy mean? This attaches the research rules to that field. For starting price, preferred source is official pricing page. Fallback is official help center. Final fallback is reputable public source. Freshness, current pricing only. So it attaches all of this like helpful details with which you would find that information. And then we generate required observations for the report. So this creates the specific values we must find based on the companies we select. So this is, it's just saying, okay, now we have all of this, and we also have all of this for each competitor. So we do that, we create that entire list of companies for which we need to find this information. So this just creates an exhaustive list of all the things we need to find for each competitor. And then this is sort of like a progress tracker. So this will just like keep track of what we capture and then like keep updating it as we go. And this is the research work plan. As I said, there are three sources. First source is the official site. The second source is through a provider like G2, Capterra, or like um, Crunchbase. The third one is open web search, just searching the web. And the fourth one is shared market, which is just like a creator report, as I explained earlier. So now let's start from here because we are in this path. These three paths we haven't even started. So in this path, we are going to first go and map all the official sitemap, which means go to kajabi.com and find all the links inside Kajabi. And then we're going to route eligible fields to official pages, which means we are going to um, decide which pages is important for us. Let me ask this as well. What does this do? This step matches the each official site eligible question to the official pages most likely. Okay, so it's just mapping which page what's going to be available, right, to the official pages. So we just need to know, I think at this point we decide where what is available, and this we are going to map them to that exact page, right? And then rank marginal coverage and capture pages. Let me understand what it is. Um, What about this? How much new and currently missing information could this page add? Okay, so it's just like taking that information, filling everything, and then like telling it like what's missing and what's there, right? So, and then that goes into inspect each capture and expand to every compatible unresolved field. Uh, I think we need to look at this as well. This is the second chance to discover what scrape page can answer. Okay, so this is just like saying which is complete and which is not yet, right? So, and then like these, we are going to go back after. Honestly, this is still incomplete, I believe, because we only spent some time here. And as we go here, we will also discover that some step is probably missing here, but we can figure that out as we go. And then extract group fields once, validate audit persists, and then update the coverage ledger, which is this one, unified coverage ledger, this one. And then does every required observation have a final state? And then if no, as in like if not, something is not filled in this entire report, then it goes back again in a loop, right? So this we look at three sources. If yes, then uh, finalize partial or not publicly found. If no, check the next source task, and then you go back all the way again to this one. So and then finally apply date compatibility rules, and this is just cleaning up the report for final um, handover. So the process seems clear. I don't see any gaps yet, but I guess we will find out. So let's see what we did, right? So we did an inventory every card, field, graph, metric. We did this so far. 35 cards, 27 routing topics, 148 exact feed definitions, all 27 mapped to 14 universal Joomla. So we can see like the actual what it output, right? So you can see here all the 148 things. So it will be like for executive summary, key takeaways is synthesis. For market, it's the financial snapshot, funding history, all of this that we are asking. So within market and financial snapshot, we have all this information, target market, funding ownership, customer scale. So we have all these data points. So it's just an exhaustive list, right? So everything that is inside that report, there's nothing different apart from that. So this part is done. So let's start with the defined source policy contract. So I think what we did was first we we scraped pricing page and about page. So let's just find out what next. Let me compact this so we have a fresh start. So we now have the pricing page and about page scraped. So given this new updated flow, the overall end-to-end orchestration, what's next? And I want to first figure out if it's this. Is it defined source policy contract? Is it defined source policy contract, or should we go to another page? Why we can't correctly choose the next best page until the system knows which fields can be answered by Kajabi's website. Okay, right. So it says like don't scrape another page. Let's go to the new approach, right? So because we changed it after I scraped those two pages. So let's work on this one. Okay, so let's build it. Let's build the define source policy contract page. Sorry, the source policy contract part of the code. Whisperflow is quite good at this. If I fumble and when I'm trying to narrate something and it automatically corrects and inputs the complete text after removing the correction, it's pretty cool. So I think what we're going to do is like right now we'll have to manually verify each thing. And this is important, at least initially, because there are many um, assumptions that it might just make. If you watched yesterday, there were some assumptions on how um, deterministic code, it was just preferring deterministic code for some decisions, which wasn't really like it wasn't the right way to do it because there are so many. It was just picking Kajabi as a narrow case and try to solve only for Kajabi, but it's not the scalable solution if we were to like do it for like any SaaS application, right? So we need to we need to review that mindfully, and then I think as we review more things, it gets smarter in what to factor, and then we can start to automate more things. Having this dashboard is, I think, very useful to see the big picture. If it wasn't for this, it would be very difficult to imagine where we are, how much is it built, and how long it's going to go. And that was the problem before, and there was no way to see how far we've gone, right? And I'm really, I think after maybe we finish like 15, 10 or 15, we can try to automate the rest and see how it goes. But even though we do automate, we cannot skip testing. So we still need to go one by one and test it, but it would just be reviewing this, right? So it might be a bit faster to do this. I also added a dot codex file. If you use Claude, it's dot claude.md. And I captured it here that, hey, like every time you do something, like the progress.md needs to be updated. So required maintenance behavior, update progress.md when a number workflow test row changes, right? So every time it's gonna read this. So it has all the documents that we are using, including what we're building as well. So everything is in context. So it should do this. Okay, implemented the source policy contract, and let's step 4, uncheck pending your approval. The contact now decides for each field where it may be researched. So let's see what it did, right? So progress.md, um, generated output example. Let's see this. Okay, I mean, okay. So, well, give me your assessment. Okay, the contract now decides for each field where it may be researched. Um, make have a human readable version 2 in Markdown after generating for my review. This is one of the cool things about building with AI because you can just easily ask it to create a version for you for each step and make your own dashboard and have your own most comfortable way of reviewing it. I've seen people use HTML files instead of this. So they make it all interactive and they do all kinds of very interesting stuff to to keep track of the progress. Uh, I'm comfortable with Markdown. In the VS Code, if you click this thing on the top right, it actually formats it quite well, so it's easy to read. But if HTML is your way, you can like actually make a nice looking dashboard and customize your own building experience, which is very cool. The other problem with Sol model is it takes too long. It takes extremely long time to build anything. Most of the time, you're just sitting around waiting for it to complete. I could just make it faster. Have some usage. Let's see. What is my usage? I have 87% left for 1 week. Let me make it fast. The one odd thing about this is, there you go, human readable review. Okay, source policy contract review, exact field, entry price, official site. Try the preferred source first, then use fallbacks only if the thing. Okay, what? There's only 6? No, I'm not sure. What am I expected to see here? Why are there only six? Just help me understand. Don't have to refinish everything. I want to know if what are we exactly doing in this step? We are trying to calculate it for every single field, and that should be a lot more than 100, right? Because we are trying to do source policy for every 148, right? So it's not 100, it should be 148. Six represents they represent six distinct kinds of research: official website, pricing, name provider, Capterra reviews, official site. So did we do this for all 148? So this is the no, we have defined the contract that every policy must follow. Tested it using six representatives. Confirm the validator can detect all 148 policies exist. Okay, so it didn't actually do this. Um, so so what are the policies exactly? It does not contain the answer. The policies research rulebook attached to one field does not contain the answer. It tells somehow it is allowed to find and verify for every field the policies decide where to look. Search order, forbidden sources. Okay, so entry price, look first, blah, blah, blah. And the Capterra policies. Capterra rating policy is different. Field Capterra rating. I see. Okay, Capterra rating policies. Capterra rating, data desire, Capterra product profile, do not accept. The six existing policies are, but why only Capterra? What about G2? What about other review sites? And what about the general web? I wonder where this Captera is actually coming from because we don't. Okay, I see. So we are doing Trust Radius software advice, new reviews. Okay, so we are specifically scraping Captera. Okay. Okay, so actually creating policy source map for all the fields, 148 fields, is that going to be deterministic or through an LLM? And at which step do we actually generate this? For pricing reviews, funding traffic for every field. Six representative policies. How did we decide on six representative policies? Uh, is this complete? Why doesn't it include trust radius? So let's do the coverage as well. So, I mean, it's not to just test each step, but we are going to do the full coverage and build this entire workflow step by step. So, do this step for all 148 fields. The field policy. This other advantage of using a dashboard like this is if you've worked with AI, sometimes what it does is just creates this one huge file, like one code file that is like 3,000, 4,000 lines of code long. And this is insane because, I mean, they of course use ways to navigate this file easy and find code and everything. But then, like this one huge file is just so much junk. When you try to make a change, it only makes change to what is required, and all these junk just keeps carrying forward. And if it's a whole file, right? But if you have like separate files, and each file just is meant for one function, it's easy to remove that junk because you know that everything else apart from what is being done is junk. And if you're cleaning up, it's much easier to just know what is being used and what is not. But cleaning up a 3,000 page file is very difficult. So this other advantage of using code snippets is better programming structure, the code structure. Wow, this is taking an insanely long time. I'm gonna wait for it to finish, um, and be right back. Now seems like all 148 have been filled. Policy types: 106 retrieval fees, 22 synthesis fees, 11 static fees, 2 calculated fees. Separate policy register is generated once for the report template, not once per company or report. It is now saved as deterministic code. No LLM call is needed to recreate. ELFI. Think of the policy registry as a company independent recipe book. What is the entry price? Look for the official pricing page, then check the. Okay, so this is like constant. You don't have to keep changing this at all. So it's just the recipe. Never replace it with random pricing blob. Record currency and billing period. So now that we generated the policy, regardless of which company, we don't regenerate it, right? Like we already have this saved somewhere, or do we just regenerate it each time? Selected companies, blah, blah, load the same 147 policy registry. Yeah, so just want to confirm that where LM is used, use fixed policy. Okay, so correct. We do not redesign or regenerate the policies for each company. Cool. So one time step. I think that let's market check and go to the next step, which is what? I think we finished this step, these two steps. So I think the next one would be generate the required observation manifest for this report. Did we finish both 4 and 5? Okay, so we're making progress. Now we would be at 5%. Slow. The thing with AI is slow, 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 and then fast. This is how it would go. So let's see. Okay, so this is done. Next, 8.7%. That's great progress. Okay, next one. Generate the required observation manifest for this report. That's what we're going to do. ELFI, do it and explain. So I can actually like go and review the code. It's not needed, but you can see that it's not, I mean, it is still pretty big. Wow, that's 1,000 line code more. This is long for just this one small thing. Partner reseller policy, personal partnership announcement. An original or more reputable report can establish a relationship from absent direct. I don't know what all this is, but marketing program policy. Okay. Financial snapshot policy. So I think this is a bit familiar. Official audience definition, independent company profile, official corporate disclosure. It also has minimum independent sources. Okay, so now we're on step six, right? So anyway, these are all the different policies generated for all these 148 sources. Um, so we have that complete, and now we need to. This is just the required observation manifest. It's this part. So it's just going to go and create like create. I think what it's going to do is going to do this policy manifest for all competitors. That's what it's going to do right now. So now things are going to just multiply, right? So probably it's going to be 700 or maybe more. Let's see. We looked at this. What is this exactly? Um, what is the difference between 5 and 6? No, this we already know. Yeah, so we asked this, what's the difference? Generate required observations for this report. So here it goes. Generates required observation report. This creates a specific values we must find based on the company selected. See, so for Kajabi, for Thinkific, so it's just creating this like for each competitor, it's assigning that policy and just mapping that field and saying, okay, we need to find this, and it's an open thing. That's what it's doing right now. So it will have to generate for a lot. So this is going to be a long set of generation, but let's see. Probably should be a one-time thing. It probably isn't one time because the competitors may differ. So while the previous step is one time, this is still on demand. But all of this code needs to be stored. So you're going to be using up a lot of space in the database. It's something to note. I want to also see if I can do multiple things at once. Um, so after this, there is initialize unified coverage ledger. I think there is a dependency on step 6 before we can go to step 7. Yeah, so I guess, okay, anyway, it's done. Step 6 is built and ready for your review. I've not checked it off yet. Imagine we have master questionnaire with about 48 types. These are the questions. So these are the places we are allowed to look for each. The observation manifest now creates the actual empty answer boxes needed for the specific report. Entry price 9 Kajabi plus 8 competitors. Total addressable market 1. Share across the report. Trust radius rating 9. 1 per company tied specifically to trust radius. Okay, so human readable manifest. Let's look at this. What is it saying? 148 fee registry is reusable bank form. This manifest makes the actual bank answer the sheet. Report use the same. Every field 9. Okay. I think, yeah. Well, it has 900 fields, so it should be generated in the code, right? So this is the JSON file. This should be extremely long, as you can see. Whoa, this is a 2000, 42,000, 43. Wow. This document, this JSON file is extremely large. Is that going to be a problem while we are working on the whole thing? Is this the right way to go about it? I think it shouldn't be a problem because it's not referring to, and it's a JSON file, so it can just like narrow down on what information it wants to retrieve. So it's only 1.3 MB. See, it contains 996 of this. That's not technical size problem. However, using the entire JSON as one working document could be wrong production. Master inventory, each research task should receive only one small. Okay. Current JSON repeats some field and policy in every observation, which is helpful for testing visual path in production. Okay. It's one giant MongoDB document. Instead, one MongoDB document per observation requirement. One document per captured web page. Keep the current large JSON. It provides. Okay, so no problem. Okay, let's mark it as checked and move to the next one. Go implement the next step and then explain to me ELI5. Actually implement the next two and explain them together. this gaming thing is actually a YC startup that has been. Let me close this. Close this. Yeah, so it's a YC startup. Apparently, you can just create games over there, just vibe code games, and you also have like multiplayer games. I haven't tried any of the multiplayer games, but it's very cool that it's like there's a San Andreas. I wonder if they actually ported the entire game here. No. Oh, there you go. This is fun. I like this design of the version. What is it doing? It's actually, oh, very cool. So there are no missions or anything. Oh, there is. Oh, there's a cop. Okay, let's see what this happens. Oh, apparently I can't do anything to the cop. I literally just drive through the cop. Oh, well. Oh, okay, at least I can kill people. Oh, the cop's on me? What's that? What's that supposed to be? Oh, yeah, someone's shooting me. Okay, well, something is happening. Okay, let's see. Oh, I guess I can. Wow, the visuals are very cool. Where's the cop? Oh, there you go. Cop's still on me. Okay, I can't. I haven't still escaped the cop for sure. This is such an empty space. I can literally. Oh. Well, people are shooting me in all directions for just like running over one person. With San Andreas, you can run over several people, and you'll still be fine. Cops are not gonna chase you. But I'm very curious. What the hell? Very curious what this cop is, where this cop is, and where are they shooting from? What? Why is the cop shooting from nowhere? Why is there no cops? But it is fun though. Oh, there you go. Okay, like the cops. Oh, literally, the cop is like invincible here. Yeah. Okay, so I can like literally crash into other cars, but I cannot crash into the cops. Okay, fun game, but I don't know. I think there was. I am going to do in one of these sessions and see how it goes. I am going to bring my Switch and I'm going to play my Switch during live stream. While waiting for my vibe coding. I'm gonna go see how I can actually connect my Switch. I don't know yet how to do that. Okay, I need to understand how to connect my Switch. I don't know yet, but let's see what other games are here. There is Dusk Hall. Okay, let's see what this one's about. Well, it's the angle on this is very weird. How happens? Oh, that's it. So I shouldn't crash into these red things. That's all the game's about. I don't know. I feel like, well, this is a YC funded startup. So I would imagine there is some kind of a retention factor to this. And well, the multiplayer could be the aspect, right? Because I heard this YC is now really looking for multiplayer AI, but this is not an AI multiplayer. This is just a multiplayer game. But multiplayer games have been there for a very long time. I wonder what makes this different. Okay, back to our vibe coding for a sec. Step 6 is now checked. Step 7 and 8 are implemented but remain unchecked. Nine observations as empty boxes. Coverage ledger puts a status ticker on every box. Work plan sorts the open boxes into baskets. And bundles boxes that can be researched together. Neither step uses an LLM. Sorting is deterministic and follows the approach. Okay, so step 8 bundles like things that can be neither used in LLM, the sorting deterministic. Okay, it's 96 is compile ledger, 917 open, 49 marked internally because this report uses public information. 853 ready, 64 waiting for derived or synthesis dependency. That makes sense. Initial resolution coverage 5.1%. Evidence backfill. See you. The 917 open observations came from 142 group tasks, official websites. That's a lot. Name providers. Okay, this is honestly making me feel a little bit better because open web is actually not that many. It's just two. So shared market research, 2.9 non-web work, 1475. For example, Kajabi's official pricing task manager. Entry price, package structure, representative annual price. Okay, that means find the relevant Kajabi pricing page, capital, and try to answer all 5 together. It's good. Step 8, human review. Okay, step 7 puts a status ticker on every 142 group tasks were created, 125 structurally ready, and 17 blocked. Why is 17 blocked? Why is 17 blocked? The 17 block tasks are not 17 errors. They split into 2 groups. 6 need concrete providers selected. The policy says that a provider is required, but have you haven't chosen the actual service yet. Employee count, company definitions, just mentions media monitoring. Okay, SEO analytics and blah blah blah. Similar with SEMrush for traffic or built with Whisper for technology direction. They cover 189 observations across 9 companies. 11 must wait for earlier answers. Okay, well, makes sense. I think sounds good. Let's mark them as complete. So where are we right now? So we finished this, and we already finished this. I think now we need to go into okay, now explain what step 10 is and how do I do this? How do we do this or you do this? 'ChatGPT. %, complete. That is Great progress. We have time till 3. Um, Maybe not till 3, maybe till 2. But let's see how much we can finish. Step 10 returns Firecrawl sitemap into a clean menu that step 11 can safely give into the AI. Firecrawl gives us 1548 loose pieces of paper. Step 10 organizes them into numbered index cards. Damn, it's 160 bucks for just a game card. Okay, I get that. Yes, both MediaMarkt and currently list capture card that'll work perfectly. Okay, let's check this. Whoa, what is this? Give me the shopping link for MediaMarkt. How? This is funny. The new product costs 159 bucks and the refurbished one costs 160 bucks. Well, it's a business expense. Okay, now I have this Elgato. Then what else do I need to connect to my Mac? I have one USB-C port left on my MacBook. That's it, I think. I don't know if I can just connect to my Dell monitor because it's connected. The laptop is connected to my Dell monitor, so that won't work. USB-C to USB-C cable, HDMI 2.0 cable. Oh, okay, great. Capture card, and your Switch 2 already came with an HDMI cable, so you don't have two HDMI cables. Switch 2 dock HDMI, USB-C, Elgato, TV monitor, right? Then HDMI, USB-C. Great. Okay, so the next live stream, you're probably going to see my Switch 2 games. This could be a great way to spend my time in front of the vibe coding plus gaming thing. Let's see, what else? Step 10 is built in ready for views. Checkbox remain not clean. The hardened V2 now work. Kajabi result. There's this huge thing. Okay, so this is just created all the links inside Kajabi's website or the entire sitemap, all the different blogs and different U0. Wow, okay. One site is this huge. It has 1589 links. This one Kajabi site seems to have 1589 links, but 1589 Firecrawl records. And we've got to do this for like all the competitors. How is this sustainable? Help me understand how would it work with the rest of the agentic workflow. I want to see what is happening in this space. So we are in progress, right? So we generated the manifest. This is not refreshed. Let me progress.md. Okay, so we finished these. Normalize and compact the sitemap deterministically. So 1589 record Kajabi file map, actual waiting approval, and so it created all of this, right? So yeah, I mean, and also I need to know when we're doing for every competitor. Are we going to do it now or are we going to do it later? Okay, so while that's doing, today I'm gonna place an order for this. I believe it also comes with the cables. Let me check on that. Okay, go back to this. The key distinction is 1589 URLs are an index, not pages we scrape. Okay, that makes sense. Scrape only pricing and about file. How it scales across 9 companies, every computer Kajabi says website, URL metadata. Okay, the 14,000 records are only URL. Measure routing cost. The Kajabi routing call used for all 9 companies was similar, approximately 341,000 total routing option tokens, approximately 0.5 total routing costs. 9 calls with 0.15 is just cost to know what are all the URLs we need to scrape from all of this 8 competitors. I think 8 is too many. I think we should like keep it like 5 or 4 competitors and then charge for more competitors. Otherwise, the pricing could really blow up. This connects to the complete workflow. Kajabi basic competitors process each official site independently. Firecrawl map, step 10 validate normalized URLs. The rank candidates. how does it fit into the overall agentic workflow? So I want to understand where does this fit here? They came up with this its own graph. So where does this thing sit? Okay, so think of the agent workflow as a team researching 9 companies. Company, website map, clean list, pick useful pages, scrape a few, extract answers, update checklist, find remaining answers. The mapper, Firecrawl walks around, writes on, okay. The cleaner, stepped in, cleans the address book, removes broken addresses, merges duplicates, puts everything in order, here's the address like blah. Okay, the librarian. The AI looks at the clean address book and our research questions. Pricing is probably on you. Positioning will be on this. Okay, the employee reviews probably aren't on Punjabi's website. Okay. The researcher, the agent picks the most useful page first and scrapes it. The checker, it verifies. Okay, I think it makes sense. So I want to understand. So did we finish this? I think we finished this step. Okay, so did we finish this step 10? And at what point do we do it for all competitors? Are we going to do that now, or are we going to do that at a later step? And so at what point does the researcher, no, the librarian, at what point does the librarian come in? Okay, approved. We finished step 10, I think. Okay, here you go. Okay, step 10 approved. How will step 11 work? Is this going to be an LLM, or how does it map reliably? Okay, I want to ask, does this come with okay, it includes a USB to USB-C and HDMI 2.5. Great. So I will go and pick it up today. Okay. Okay, step 10, progress 17.4%. Step 11 uses an LLM, but only as a library. Okay, making not as a final. Imagine 1589 books with only the titles usable. Librarian receives question, where might this information be? So it actually receives all the links. So the library and LLM call receives all the links. Isn't that like a lot of tokens? The current Kajabi profile, the LLM library received links, but only. Okay, let's maybe group them together already and have like a maximum number of tokens per LLM call. And let's finish step 11. Let's just build it. Yeah, meanwhile, let me. I've already spent so much on my Switch. It's crazy how much. Um, like how much money Switch makes. It's insane. Is it allowed to stream Switch to on YouTube and Switch and Twitch? Okay, I think I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the switch to live stream, and I am going to live stream my game along with vibe coding and see how it goes. Okay, so I think maybe it is not very productive for me to keep waiting for this to finish. Rather, I could start designing the landing page for it, and then we'll see where it goes. Mm, I will use, where do I do this? I think I can do it in another ChatGPT session. Okay, so let me, I think this project is okay. Files and folders. I want to go into one prototype, projects, and select prototype. Okay. I want to understand the context of what we're building from this prototype folder. We need to still build the landing page, so that is still pending, right? So let me see. So let me bring that here. So the distribution job. So product. Um, so right now we are building to the tech, right? So how is information going to be stored in these platforms? Then we figure that out. Update each tech. We finished this, so we can remove this. So this is also, I think we have a high level plan on this too. So tech part, or just call it building. What's complete overall plan? Um, Overall tech spec plan. Tech spec we already covered. Overall end-to-end orchestration. Overall end-to-end orchestration. Oh, understand, ignore. What is this? Never heard of this. Okay. I recommend understand the context of what we're building. No, just understand what prototype we are building and what the project is about. It's doing something completely opposite from what I'm asking it to. Well, that's kind of expected. Okay, so to figure out, we need the landing page for intake, landing page, and then we need to have the paywall for competitors and everything, and then we need to have the what else? I think we need to have the checkout, paywall, and checkout if they want to do, and then we need to have all this like um, contact if they want more features. And I think that is it. And then landing page is already there. I actually today went and did a bit of like analysis on different landing pages. I had some inspiration over here. I think probably take probably there are lots of nice examples here, and I have another one. Let me show you. So yeah, so I have a lot of examples of landing pages here that I scraped. This one is, I think, see this one, for example, it's hard to see from this view. What is this contact sheet? Probably it's one sheet with everything. If I drop this into Figma, we can see everything in one place. Let me drop it here. Okay. I hope the resolution is good enough. No, just as I expected. Very useless. So I guess what I can do is just see if I can drop like 5 and then see if it works. Not bad actually. Okay, I think this would work. Okay, so this is one. This is one. I really like that keyword that your AI teammate that lets you do more. I really like this one in autopilot, competitive research on autopilot. So competitive research on autopilot, and then you say, okay, generate your free snapshot. So perhaps what we can do is just try to recreate this first. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, we will make it more interesting, but then I think this is a good template to start with. So Cap Campana. Let's take a look at this. Campana, getcampana.com. It's super simple. There's nothing much happening here. I definitely need to make this a lot more interesting, but it's uh, it's a starting point, right? So complete smarter research in minutes and monitor every move of your competition, your personalized news feed. Um, okay, so perhaps let's just like try to use this as a reference and see if we can just reuse the same thing. What's happening with ChatGPT? Okay, this is done. Looks like when I have multiple things happening, everything is faster. Oh no, this is still going on. Okay, so Sunlight is becoming an automated computer intelligent report generator, not generic dashboard. Current example is Kajabi versus this thing report. Okay, good find. Let's update that product.md. It needs to be up to date with what we're building. Actually, this needs to be on the, okay, it should be fine. And I think once we have that product.md, things are a lot more clearer. This is not fun for sure. I think we first ripped this off and then like try to design it a little better. And there are lots of nice inspiration here. Actually, if I can generate some really cool videos and make a crazy good landing page with this library I found, which is like which creates like a video and then creates cool scroll animations through the video. I probably might just do something like that. Let's see. Looks like this company didn't continue working on it. Seems like three people posted things in 2024, but didn't really do anything about it. Clearly, they wrote these articles just to drive some traffic, but let's see what these people are actually doing now. Somi Kim, Campana. Can't find her from this. It's mostly all the blogs that she's written, but let's see. Okay, so now I want to build the landing page for this. So we already have this web app and the routes are different now, but I think because there is still work going on, I think it should be fine. Um, what we need to do is to build a landing page for this, and the report, like from the landing page, how it would work is you go into the check out the overall agentic workflow. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a landing page and there's going to be like one input field to enter your company name, and the call to action would be like generate free report. And then that would go into onboarding flow where we go uh, do the competitor selection, and then we go into the dashboard that we have right now, the prototype. So let's first design the landing page. And I want something like this. You can use this as a reference. Try to adapt to the same design language we have, which is like both light and dark mode, dependent on the user setting, and also use Shatsy and UI. That's what is the web app is already using. Let's continue to use that. And then, yeah, but otherwise, the whole overall page structure, just let's just use this. Why did they stop? Like, I'm very curious. Yes, slash should be the landing page, and the existing prototype should move to um, existing prototype should move to slash report ID. For the first part, should I create the full Campana inspired? Yes, the full page, of course. Yes, let's take it there and we will build the onboarding afterwards. Largest call is 22,681 below the 24,000 limit. Total 3 LLM calls 83. Cost 0.276. Okay, looks okay. See, this is where I'm doing an LLM based eval, and I'm not like doing a human eval right now. Routing prompt. Let me see. So just like quickly glance through it. What is it even? prompt version, policy aware routing v3, research fields, what is the component? Okay, merge sitemap recommendations, the candidates below a shortlist, prompt version, official site routing, this okay. Find promising official pages for this. The sitemap is blah, 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 blah. This is source routing, not a fact section. You have URL, path, and title metadata only. No page bodies have been scraped. Okay. Oh, I trust this anyway. Okay, let's mark this complete. And what next? Step 12? Step 12, step 12. Okay, so we are working on two things, right? So let's go back into the mind map. So we have the landing page for intake, how to make the landing page. Now we just like rip off get Captana, then modify, then improve visuals, structure, and improve visuals for V1. To figure out, I think we still have paywall and checkout. We still have onboarding. Onboarding flow is not yet completed, so we will work on that as well. Okay, let's see what happened here. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. This is very cool that it can actually generate images and show me before I even commit. I like this option too, but the thing is, first use the right logo and get an exact snapshot of what the dashboard looks like. But the side layout is nice. It's good. Yeah. And of course, there are no logos that we have. The part below from research in motion and all of that stuff, no, that doesn't look like what is on Get Captura. So maybe just start with the cover image now, and then we will do the rest of the page. Just design the cover image and show me a view. We finished 19%. Okay. Step 12 will be deterministically select the first candidate, likely the pricing page, and save exactly why it was chosen. What is step 12 exactly? Step 12. Choose one control page for first end-to-end test. So this part, I think we already did. This part we already did pricing page and about page. So should we mark the next two complete? Verify this first. Okay, so I don't like the part under here. This is all of this doesn't look like the brand, or maybe just the cover image seems okay. So let's start with that, and then we will keep building up to the rest of it. I actually have logos that I can show. So uh, add some placeholder logos. I actually have some logos I can show. Not quite yet, but no rescraping is needed. Pricing capture is valid. Therefore, step 12 not complete and we regenerated section artifact from video. There's a receipt explaining why we selected current selection. Say I selected the page using the old step 11 results. When we have finally replaced step 11 with the token bounded method, unfortunately, the new method also ranks the same pricing first. So we need to generate new receipts saying I selected the pricing page. Okay, so what are you going to do right now? How would you build this? Build a small deterministic page selection receipt, no AI, no scraping. Upload 11, step 11 results, look at the pricing candidates, confirm every candidate came from step 11, select the highest ranking candidate, save why it was selected. Because Kajabi expect to build this input pricing packaging, candidates. Still finding it hard to understand. Explain from the uh, overall agentic workflow. What is the step doing? Okay, let's build it. Uh, let's build the HTML page. Okay, so in the overall workflow, step 12 is the moment the agent decides of all the pages discovered, which page should I open next? Okay. Company selected, map, website clean. Step 11, identify 3 potential useful pages. Choose one page to open next. We are here, scrape that page, inspect the elements, try every compatible field, save. Okay, so sounds good. Step 11. Okay, let's go ahead, do it. Let's build it. Okay, going back to the mind map. So contact with your owner, features, all of this footer sections. Um, Pricing page is also, I need to decide pricing. I probably have, there's a free one and then there is like a $25 one. Need to decide what's in the 25 per report, right? So let's decide the pricing perhaps right now. Um, mm, 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 mm. Understand what's inside the Sunlight prototype folder, understand the product we're building, go to product.md, go through the files and get some context of what it is about. I just still want to make sure it understands what it is, and I probably don't need that, and you can just start asking a question. It might just work, but I think maybe for me it's a better thing to just understand what it is doing first. Cool. It's trying to reuse some of the work that was already done. This one is building the, I think I should start using Git more. I'm not committing anything right now, but might become a pain in the ass later. Okay, that's it. Now I want to like think about the pricing a little bit. So what I was thinking is like there would be a free plan, and in the free plan we don't generate the entire report. Like we generate uh, some cards and not some cards for three competitors, and and the paid one has like up to eight competitors and all cards. But I want those cards that we have for free plan also to actually offer value. It shouldn't be just the like a sample, but it should be something that people would actually use it for something. So help me segregate the free ones and the paid ones first. Okay, so this is basically the, let me rename it, landing page. And this is the actual like agentic workflow. And this one is pricing clarification. What happened? Why didn't this? Okay, I think today we will end at this point. We made significant progress, so this will finish the next step. And we'll probably continue later today, or we continue tomorrow. That's the plan.